I never thought I'd be here, sharing my story with you. But life has a way of surprising us, doesn't it? My name is Tina. I am a successful surgeon, and this is my journey from the operating room to the depths of addiction and back again. It all started with a mistake that nearly cost a patient's life. As I stood there, scalpel in hand, I realized I couldn't hide anymore. The facade I'd carefully constructed was crumbling, and it was time to face the truth. This is my unexpected journey to recovery, a story of hope, resilience, and the courage to confront our deepest demons. On paper, I had it all. A thriving career as a surgeon, 3 beautiful children, and financial stability that I'd worked hard to achieve. But beneath the surface, a storm was brewing. Every day was a balancing act. I'd rush from surgeries to school pickups, from board meetings to bedtime stories. The pressure to be perfect in every role was suffocating. To cope, I turned to painkillers. What started as a way to get through long shifts quickly became a crutch I couldn't live without. The white coat that once symbolized my success now hid a dark secret. I became an expert at maintaining appearances. To the world, I was Dr. Tina, confident, capable, and in control. But behind closed doors, I was falling apart. The addiction tightened its grip with each passing day. I found myself calculating doses instead of surgical procedures, hiding pills in my locker like a teenager with contraband. Then came the day that changed everything. In the middle of a routine operation, my hands started shaking. The room spun. I nearly made a fatal mistake. It was a wake-up call I couldn't ignore. Pride warred with professional responsibility. How could I, a respected surgeon, admit to such weakness? But as I looked at my patient on the operating table, I knew I had to make a choice. That night, I made the hardest call of my life. I reached out for help. Sitting across from my therapist, the walls I'd built came crashing down. Years of unresolved trauma spilled out. My mother's drug addiction, growing up without a father, the constant message that I wasn't pretty enough. I heard my grandmother's words echo in my mind. No one will save you, so stop crying. Those words had been my mantra, pushing me to succeed against all odds. But now, they felt like a heavy burden. As I spoke, I realized I was carrying not just my own pain, but generations of struggle. The weight of this legacy felt overwhelming. In that moment, I had to make a choice. Continue down this path of self-destruction, or fight for my life and the future of my children. The thought of my kids gave me strength. They were my reason to keep going, my motivation to heal. Facing the truth was the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was also the most liberating. In therapy, I began to unpack years of buried pain and trauma. I learned that seeking help wasn't a sign of weakness, but of immense strength. It took courage to admit I wasn't perfect, that I needed support. As I worked through my issues, I realized I had the power to break the cycle of addiction and trauma that had plagued my family for generations. It wasn't easy, but with each step, I felt myself growing stronger. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter. I'm not just surviving anymore. I'm learning to truly live. Breaking the cycle of addiction and generational trauma has been the hardest fight of my life, but it's also been the most rewarding. I've learned to embrace vulnerability as a strength, not a weakness. Opening up about my struggles has connected me with others in ways I never imagined possible. My definition of success has completely changed. It's no longer about titles or achievements. True success, I've learned, is about authenticity, resilience, and the courage to face our demons. Now, I see myself as more than just a surgeon. I'm a survivor, a mother, and a beacon of hope for others struggling in silence. My journey has taught me that no matter how dark things seem, there's always hope for change and healing. To anyone out there fighting their own battles, know this: you are not alone. Your struggles do not define you, and it's never too late to ask for help and start your journey towards healing. Remember, the phoenix can only rise from the ashes. Sometimes, we need to fall apart completely to rebuild ourselves stronger than ever. That's the beauty of transformation. It's available to all of us at any time. We just need the courage to take that first step. Thank you for listening to my story. Here's to new beginnings and the strength we find in our darkest moments. What's your perspective?